Hello, NAHRO family. My name is George Guy, CEO and Executive Director of the Fort Wayne Housing Authority in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I am excited to share with you that I am seeking the office of Senior Vice President. I am passionate about the future of our industry. I am a colleague who understands the significance of adequate housing, equity, and community. As a child, I grew up in public housing and saw firsthand the disparities and inequities that existed within my community. I was raised by a mother whose commitment to servant leadership provided the framework for my understanding of my role and responsibility to pay it forward through effective leadership, advocacy, and collaboration. I have experience in developing partnerships in job training, education, and healthcare to build thriving communities. And I am equally passionate about cultivating the next generation of housing leaders through professional development and opportunities for involvement within NAHRO. I understand the role that NAHRO has in advancing our industry causes, as I have served alongside many of you as Indiana NAHRO President and currently North Central Regional Council President. I am a Board of Ethics and Credentials trustee and the co-founder of the Housing and Education Task Force. This is an unprecedented time, which calls for servant leadership focused on long-term solutions and reforms for public housing authorities. As your Senior Vice President, my primary focus will be on three fundamental principles: advancing our work in housing, equity, and community. So let's talk about each. Housing. Year after year, our programs are under siege from budget cuts and federal red tape. Together, we will fight for greater federal funding and local flexibilities. As your Senior Vice President, I will work with you to ensure all agencies are fully represented and strengthen programs to better meet our local needs. Equity. NAHRO must convene and assist us in empowering people and our communities which have been marginalized. This includes those that have been impacted by racism, systemic inequalities, our rural communities, our homeless, victims of the global pandemic, and many others. We must continue to challenge ourselves by engaging in critical conversations that will empower all NAHRO members. Lastly, community. Community comes in many forms. We live, work, worship in community. We work together to help our communities thrive. As housing professionals, NAHRO is where we come together as a community. Serving as your Senior Vice President, I will work to grow our community through expanded partnerships, professional development, networking, and advocacy. Great challenges and even greater opportunities lie ahead. By joining me, we can collectively affect change now that will forever impact our industry. I'm asking for your support and vote as your NAHRO Senior Vice President to advance our shared goals of housing, equity, and community.
Hello, NAHRO family. This is Marsha Parham Greene. I want to be your candidate for Senior Vice President. My platform for this campaign is going to be education. Education is so important. We need to get all the knowledge that we can, because knowledge is power. Knowledge can be wealth, both financial and intellectual. So please allow me the opportunity to bring some more knowledge to the NAHRO membership. We should have communities like this for all of our residents at every property in every state. Housing is our business. We need to make sure that we have the right knowledge and as much knowledge as we can to do what we need to do to make our residents safe and happy. This should be their happy place, the place they want to come home to each and every day. As Senior Vice President, I will help make that knowledge available to all agencies and all members. As Executive Director of the Human Relations Commission for Baltimore County, I have firsthand knowledge of how to deal with harassment and discrimination. It should not happen, but it does. I want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to live in a community such as this. As Senior Vice President, I want to make sure that each and every one of you has the knowledge you need to build communities such as this. We should have these communities all across the country. I will make sure that you have the tools and resources to get to that happy place. And let's not forget our advocacy. We need to make sure that we educate our political officials on our programs to make sure when they are making a decision, it's the right decision based on the knowledge of our programs and the things that we do. If you dream it and you believe in it, you can do it. I'm asking my NAHRO family to help me live my dream and get my dream done. I want to be the next Senior Vice President. And I love you, NAHRO family, and please stay safe.